begin with breaking news on the house explosion and fire in Pawtucket. The Public Utilities Commission has determined that there was no gas leaks in the lines leading up to the triple-decker. The investigation into the cause of the blaze continues.
In the meantime, support continues to pour in for the father and his infant child who were injured in that blast.
We have in-depth coverage tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan has an update from city officials. That's new at 6.
First, let's go to Sean Daly with the breaking news live on the scene.
Susan and Mike, disasters like this one here in Pawtucket often bring out the best in people, and tonight we've learned of a fundraising drive to help the father and the baby who were burned in the explosion and fire at this triple-decker yesterday. As demolition crews get ready to tear down later tonight this triple-decker destroyed by an explosion and fire yesterday, emotions are still running high around here.
It's heartbreaking. I'm a mom of 2, and seeing something like this happen, it's tragic.
The explosion and fire burned a father and his 6-month-old baby. Now, a neighbor's daughter is organizing a fundraising drive for the 2 burn victims.
It's close to my mom, and if something like this was to happen to my mom, I would appreciate if the public and neighbors would do, what we're trying to do here.
Less than an hour ago, a state inspector gave the all clear to the pipeline that brings natural gas to the triple-decker.
There's one gas line that goes into that building that feeds the house, and that's the gas line that we pressure test to make sure that there was no leaks in that line.
So the line from the outside to the house is solid, is what you're telling me.
Correct.
But after the house, within the house, in other words, that's still the open question about what might have gone wrong?
Because of the damage in the house, all the pipes are broken, and you can't pressure test that system anymore. It's too late.
Right, so that's potentially where the problem could lie?
It's possible. That's another investigation that has to take place.
And that'll be a difficult investigation, you say, because of the damage from the fire and explosion?
Correct.
Difficult but not impossible? Is it knowable ever, in other words?
Sometimes you never know. That's correct.
In another development, we've just learned that there's been a change in plans. They had been set to demolish this building tomorrow, but now they want to do it tonight. The idea is to reopen Mineral Spring Avenue here as soon as possible, and they say they will be able to do that. The demolition should be done within the next couple of hours. Live here in Pawtucket with the Blackstone Valley Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.
We have in-depth coverage of the Pawtucket house explosion. On Eyewitness News at noon, we reported that the mayor's office told us an inspection of the building should have happened after a new boiler was installed.
So we went to City Hall looking for more answers and are taking a closer look at the permanent application for this address. Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan is there now live in Pawtucket.
We went to City Hall this afternoon to get more answers after the communications director for the mayor had initially told us that the building was not inspected after that natural gas system was installed. And so I caught up with the zoning and code enforcement director. He told me that he had a meeting with the mayor this afternoon to, quote, get all their ducks in a row. Well, in the meantime, Eyewitness News obtained a mechanical permit application, and we found out that the Lone Star Realty contracted with Francis Heating to install 3 gas boilers, run a gas line and smoke pipe at 420 Mineral Spring Ave in Pawtucket. Lone Star applied for this permit on September 30th of this year. Now, I've called the number associated with Lone Star several times, left messages, but I have not heard back. I've called the heating contractor. The contractor hung up the phone on me. And then I did speak with the director of zoning and code enforcement one more time. He says the city will be releasing more information tonight. We are starting to get some of that information, so we will sift through that information, really dig through it, and of course count on us to update you as this information comes in. Reporting live in Pawtucket with the Blackstone Valley Mobile Newsroom, Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.
And you can count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the Pawtucket house explosion. Coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 10 and 11, as Sean Daly reported, the triple-decker will be torn down tonight. We will be there and have that part of the story for you tonight on Eyewitness News at 10 and 11.